Hello friend, greet to all of you. Welcome to my YouTube channel Sanjeet Pathshala. Right now I am going to give you some important information about Bhagavad Geeta, the chapter 4. Detailed analysis, I think this is. Janan Karam Sannyas Yoga. The yoga of knowledge and renunciation of the actions. Chapter 4 of the Bhagavad Gita is called Janan Karam Sannyas Yoga, which means the yoga of the knowledge and renunciation of actions. In this chapter, Lord Krishna explains the relationship between the knowledge, action, and liberations. He teaches that the true knowledge transforms action into a means of a spiritual freedom rather than bondage. The eternal nature of spiritual knowledge, verses 1 and 3. Krishna tells Arjuna that this divine knowledge was the first taught to the sun god, who passed it on to the Manu and then to King Ikshvaku. This shows that the vision of the Gita is not a new, it is an ancient internal truth passed down through generations. Key message. Now listen. Spiritual truth is a timeless. Wisdom survives through tradition and teachings. When this knowledge is forgotten, it must be restored. The divine incarnation of Krishna. Arjuna is puzzled. How could Krishna have taught the sun god, who existed long before him? Krishna explains that while both he and Arjuna have had many births, Krishna remembers them all because he is divine. One of the most famous verses appear here: whenever righteousness declines and unrighteousness rises, I manifest myself. Krishna explains the purpose of his incarnations: to protect the virtuous, to destroy evil, to be re-establish righteousness. Philosophical significance: God is not distant from the world. Whenever moral order is threatened, divine interventions occurs to restore balance. Understanding action in actions, wrong actions. Krishna introduces a profound ideas. What does this mean? A person may be very active externally about him, remain inwardly detached. Another person may appear inactive but be mentally full of desires and attachments. The truth nature of the action depends on one's intentions and consciousness, not merely on outward behavior. Key lesson: selfless actions performed without attachment to results does not create a bondage. The concept of the sacrifices. Krishna paints the meaning of yajna. Yajna is not limited to ritual offering into a sacred fire. Many forms of sacrifices exist: sacrifice of wealth, sacrifice of self-discipline, sacrifice of study and learning, sacrifice of breath through yogic practices, sacrifice of the senses, sacrifices of knowledge. Why is knowledge sacrifices superior? Knowledge destroys ignorance, which is the root cause of the suffering and bondage. Key message: any action performed with the dedications, selflessness, and higher purposes becomes a sacred sacrifices. The glory of knowledge. The chapter concludes with the Krishna praising knowledge. Yeah. One of the most important verses states, there is nothing in the world as purifying as knowledge. Knowledge removes ignorance, destroys doubt, brings inner peace, reveals the truth nature of the self, leads to liberations. How to gain a knowledge? Krishna advises: approach a wise teacher with the humility, ask sincere questions, serve and learn with the dedications, practice what is taught. Major themes of chapter 4: divine interventions. God manifests whenever dharma declines and adharma increases. Knowledge and actions are complementary. True wisdom does not lead to the abandonment of duty. Instead, it guides right action. Selfless actions leads to freedom. Attachment to results creates a bondage. Selfless actions leads to liberations. Knowledge is the highest purifier. Ignorance causes sufferings, while knowledge brings freedom and clarity. Faith and essential. Without faith, spiritual knowledge cannot be fully understood or realized. Relevance in modern life. For students, a study not only for a grades, but also for a genuine understanding and personal growth. For professionals, perform your work with the integrity and dedications rather than solely for rewards. For leaders, use a powers as a means of a service rather than a self-interest. For everyone, a focus on fulfilling your responsibilities while remaining detached from outcomes. Psychological insight. Chapter 4 teaches that may human problems arises from attachment, ego, ignorance, fear of failure. By cultivating wisdom and selfless actions, a person gains mental clarity, emotional balance, confidence, inner freedom. Central mission of the chapter at last. Now listen to me. The chapter teaches that the knowledge and actions are not opposites. Knowledge illuminates the path and actions allows us to walk it. When actions are performed with the wisdoms, selflessness and devotions, they become a means of a spiritual liberations. One sentence summary: perform your duties with the knowledge, selflessness and devotions, and your actions will become a path to freedom rather than bondage. So this is about the chapter 4th analysis of Bhagavad Gita. So if you are interested to study, please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and also if you want to grow me, so please support me and share my channel. Great all of you. Jai Hind.